looks like looks like gold is trying to head down here.
Oh yeah.
Looks like gold. Yeah, it looks like gold is trying to head down here. It's created a resistance 1502.80, and the previous 30-minute candle closed below these candles here to the left, which would mean this current candle can start the drop even down till, you know, like 14.99, 14.98.50, which is going to be like a 23 pips.
Morning, everyone.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty shit.
Oh,
I've got oral surgery this afternoon.
oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
Is it for the teeth?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's not fun at all.
No.
There you go.
Yeah, daily looks like it wants to fill the wick on gold.
Yeah, you just gotta know what your targets are and just play with those. Like if I'm gonna be in at gold, my target is gonna be around 14.99, 14.99.50, 14.99.
Yeah.
Because you come into this support area here again, you know, so gold might have some issues breaking that. So, you know, then if it comes down to there, you have a runner, you let a runner run, and if the runner goes down to fill the wick, perfect.
Yeah, I took sales on gold this morning in London session.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, on this candle right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because the previous one, it created the resistance, and that was this big candle right there. That one, they broke the support, so this one broke the support. Yeah.
Yeah, I got in cells too.
GJ looks like it's doing a retest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. GJ is so messy right now. Yuck. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Bounced off the 4-hour support. Oh, it opened lower yesterday.
Yeah,
Bounced
you made
off.
the gap to the downside.
Yeah.
But if you look on the 30 minutes, it's doing the retest now. So if we'll have the next 30 minutes closing bearish, that might be our confirmation to go even more down.
Oh, retest like from...
Yeah, from that zone. Yeah.
From that zone, okay, yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, because I was mostly looking at it from a buying perspective. Obviously, like, you know, if it closes above this area, then it's going to go up. Because I'm looking at this gap, right? So when price came up, price respected the support of this gap and then just dropped, you know? So most times, like what I've seen is that right when price is going to do that and go the opposite way, then in the next session or the next day when it starts to go towards that gap, it will most likely fill the gap.
Okay.
Yeah, so
it is above that zone.
Yeah, because because when I woke up, a lot of people, they sent me charts of a retest from this area, you know, and I said, okay, yeah.
I had 2 sales in GJ this morning, so I took them based on the 30 minutes, and then I closed. So I took the first one on this candle right here, and then it was retracing. This candle was retracing, so I closed my position at -8 pips.
Yeah.
And then I was waiting for the next one to close, and it closed like this, and I took sales here, and it closed at incentives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm having one loss today.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
But now, if it closes above, then it will fill the gap. Or if it, I don't know. I don't know if it will close above, might close below.
Yeah, let's see. Like a lot of frustrating mistakes that people make is that they will take sells here and they will anticipate it to close bearish, and then it will go bullish and bullish and it will hit. Or like, you know, if a candle is going to close bearish, then they will take a sell. The next candle will close bullish. They will hold the sell. The candle after that will go bullish. They will still hold the sell, and then they'll get frustrated, you know. And then I say, well, if you see like, you know, clues that price is going to move up, now if the candles are going up, then that means then there's no point in holding the sells, you know, because then the sentiment has changed and you got to adapt.
Hey, Rakeel, you can hear me?
Hey man.
Yeah, good morning, brother. I noticed how, when price like goes to that zone there, right, or on any pair, when it stays around that price and doesn't bounce back or make a wick, usually it's gonna continue to go, you know.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at, that it moved in pre-London, then it started to consolidate, and theoretically speaking it should continue moving down now.
Got it.
Yeah, it's kind of like that pattern people draw. It goes something like this, down, up, down.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think it has ranged enough here to continue down. Because I mean, yeah, because it created support here, then it created support here, and then this candle here, it broke this support, and this current candle seems like it did a retest to continue moving down.
Got it.
So as long as the candles keep closing bearish, I think this should be a good first Monday trade. Are you short on gold? Question mark. No, I'm buying USD ruble.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Salim.
Good. Hey, what's up?
Oh, someone sent a chart. Too much goat shit in this range. Possible sells to fill the range. Yes, that's perfect. So like, you know how the 1 hour candle is heading down here, so you look on the smaller time frames to see clues. So if you look on the 15 minutes, see 15 minutes drop in. The only thing that's gonna make me close this trade is if the 15-minute close is bullish.
For 50 minutes is making lower lows and lower highs, so it looks good.
Yeah.
But for GJ Raja, if it closes above that resistance now, it means it will be in the consolidation area.
Oh yeah, and then I think that there's no doubt in my mind that's gonna come up here and fill this gap and go towards 131,900.
But you would wait to break that range area, right?
To take the buy till 131,900 or take the buy above 131,900?
To take buys above 131,900.
Oh yeah.
Because it's ranging there, so you wouldn't want to take buys in the consolidation area.
Yeah, like if someone's risky, they can take buys till 131,900.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm just anticipating, you know, I'm just speculating that it will fill the gap to come up here. I can speculate a lot of things and don't trade them. What's this? GP CAD. Bullish bias. Buy stop up over here. Potential target. Nice. Buy stop up here, buy stop is far away, makes sense. Man, when I woke up I was about to take sells on GJ. was about to take sells, but then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. I waited, and then this candle, the 5:30 candle, closed bullish, and I was like, okay, yeah, no sells.
What time did you wake up?
5 a.m.
Oh yeah, 5 a.m. that candle.
Yeah, almost 2 hours ago. Okay, we got FOMC this week. Nothing's really happening on FOMC. CPI, USD CPI, GBP, GDP. Should be a pretty nice week, pretty easy week. There's Trump and China talks too, so I think that's gonna provide more. See, I was listening to that yesterday, and that was making me think that what if any move down in gold is just liquidity to continue up? Because the things happening fundamentally, it's all like very like it's very risky for the dollar. So based on that, like a lot of people will want to, like, flock towards safe havens like gold and the JPY. Do you take your trades based on a 30-minute? Yeah, mostly the 30-minute.
Yeah, I think gold might come back to 1496. If you look on daily, the support that was broken, it did the fake out, last week.
Oh yeah, that's possible.
Might get back to that zone 1496 and then continue moving bullish.
Oh yeah, 1496. Yeah, mostly my trades are based off the 30-minute candle confirmations. Ooh, someone is up what? 50 pips on USD SEK. Alright, gold is moving.
Yeah, I think we have a problem this week with the US dollar.
Woohoo!
I think it's playing in this range between 1500 and 1490s. And then you either have a break of 1490 down to 1440 once the trade deal gets settled, or it flies right back up to 1550.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's gonna play in this range till there's an announcement, and then that's what's gonna be the move at that point.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was actually thinking that since a lot of uncertainty is there based on what they're going to say in the talks, gold might fly back up. Or, they do agree on something, and next week Trump says no.
Look, for the 6th week in a row, we're having a continuation of what gold did on Friday.
Yes. That was kind of like my bias too.
Yeah.
Just test out the theory.
Yep.
Oh, nice. Someone sent analysis on gold. "30-minute broke support. Clean traffic to the left." Yes. This target zone 1 is actually my first take profit. Well, actually my only take profit. Looks good. 30-minute candles still bearish. 15-minute candles are still bearish. Now, as long as this closes bearish, this trade is gonna stay inside. Might wanna bring down my stop here above this 30-minute candle. Gold weekly, man, gold weekly is a mess. It is a total disaster. The only good thing about gold is that the previous 1 hour is a booby trap candle. This is going to continue down, and 30 minutes is going to continue down as it's moving down right now, so it's pretty good. Oh, it's moving. Man, I'm only up like 5 pips.
So your stop loss now, Raja, is above the current week, the current 30 minutes week?
Yes.
Yeah. Nice.
Hello, coach. What do you think meeting of US and China? How much will it affect? Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens, you know. What I go off of 100% of the time is this right here, technical analysis. That's it. In the short term, 30 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, that's it. Alright, got stops at break even. Perfect.
So funny watching my trades like go deep into profit with this music playing.
Yeah.
It's very calm.
Yeah. Yeah, I just secured 10 pips, letting it run and run. It is really calm, like it just goes boom, boom, boom.
I think I might close. I'm at 13 pips right now.
Nice.
I saw the same thing. I was working, and then I looked at gold. I'm like, oh yeah, gold's gonna drop. Now, I'm good. I just closed it. That's a trade for me.
Yep. That's a perfect trade for the day.
Mm-hmm. I got GJ buys.
Oh, really? Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got EJ buys.
Yeah, I think
with his gold
GJ.
tips.
Damn, that was really easy, man.
GJ will continue moving up here.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Boom. Shit.
Yeah, so
That's,
I'm done for the day. Yeah, gold will probably at 7 a.m. a bit, but I think it'll continue to drop. That's why I got out now. I figure I don't want to go through the retracement if it does some stupidness.
Yeah, I really don't like retracements right after profits.
Yeah, not a fun thing.
Especially like with what's happening right now, you know, like gold come down, something happens, gold shoots right back up.
Yeah.
I've been getting much more confident and consistent since I got to know you guys. Oh, interesting. Very nice. What's this? Ass traffic. Perfect. Looking for a break. It's awesome. Didn't think much would happen in the market today. Well, it's just based on what's happening, you know, like we talked about this morning, the price came down, it was ranging to drop, and then 30-minute candles closed below support here, and then, you know, just dropped. Then you say it's dropping. Vegan hot dog. Oh, ass traffic. Daily bearish. I think you need to send some more now. Send some more like what's happening on the 1 hour too, or like how are you going to take your entries? How are you going to take your entries? What are you going to wait for? Those details matter. GU. If it closed bearish below resistance to the downside. Yes. I think a bearish close on the 30-minute would make much more sense. Let's take a look here. Oh, yeah, GU is bullish so far. I mean, it's just ranging here on the 4 hour. You got support. You got... I think a safe buy is going to be above this area, this price here, 1.23500. Going up to this area, this is like a 35 pip range. Yeah, I think that would be a safer buy. Because right now it's just, look at this, it's just resistance, 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 like so much stuff going on. Yep, I think a safer buy would be above that area. I mean, you can be aggressive and take a buy here up to this, like above market open price, but I think a very safe buy would be 1.23500. $20 pips. Oh, nice. Someone got 20 pips on gold. Man.
Gold is dropping.
Yeah, if you're in gold, I'd say just secure profits. Let it run and run.
Yeah.
GJ, same thing.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
I closed GJ a little early.
Oh, this thing is going. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a target at 1496, you know, that's a very aggressive target. I mean, it can happen, but then there could be some retracement here, so it's better to secure profits, let it run and run. because at the end of the day, I don't want to hear anyone bitch and complain that they held till here and then gold reversed and hit their stop loss. Because that would really
And
piss.
there's a new 1 hour candle about to
That's
open
right.
in 1 minute.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh, Gigi is feeling that wick here. Guys, best pairs to scalp from 14 p.m. to 19 p.m. Very interesting question. Oh, this thing is actually filling the gap. Let's go to 131,900. Is GU heading up too? Yep.
Gold is just going to continue.
Yeah. Yeah, man, you were right. It just continues from the last Friday session.
Yeah. That's all I wanted was my 10 pips for today. Nice and easy morning.
So, this was so easy. I don't trade gold alone, but when I saw this, I was like, yeah, this has to go down.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward. And now it'll pull back, probably back into that zone, wipe everybody out, and then continue down.
You know, when people send me charts and they're up like 30 pips, 40 pips, and their targets are 50 more pips away, just kind of, I'm just like, kind of, just put stops at break even, please. Secure something, please. I hate to see good profit positions hit stop loss or negative.
It's, you know what it is? It's because these people have never gambled before. If you gambled before and you trade, trading and gambling is the same thing. When you're up money, you don't want to lose that money. But it's just because they've never gambled before, they don't know what it's like to be up a ton of money and then have it go away in like 2 or 3 hands. I wish people would go into the casino for a year before they started trading. They would be so humbled by the market and be like, oh man, the market just gave me 7 pips. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's almost like I want to do a field trip to the casino, like in Toronto. That'll be the next Forex family meet. The casino in Toronto, and I want to see everybody gamble, and I want to watch them and see how hesitant they are when they get like, 3%, when they make like 50% on their money. You know, they come in with $500 and they make $200. I guarantee you, people aren't going to be like, oh, I should spend it more. They'll be like, oh, I made $200. That's great.
Yeah, I was actually talking to somebody on Saturday and we were talking about like how, like, you know, people would, if you go to the casino, you'll go with maybe like 500 cash or whatever and be like, okay, this is all what I'm going to spend. And most of the times you spend that and then you're like, okay, I'm good, I'm just going to go home now.
Yep.
But the trouble starts when you go to the bank machine, take money out, you play. You go back to the bank machine, you take money out, you play. Right? And I think Forex is where your bank machine is with you all the time. You know? It's direct in the market.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, because all you gotta do is open your MT4 on your phone or MT5.
Yeah, sell, buy, sell, buy. How many positions? I had one position.
I had one position on gold and 2 positions on GBP JPY.
Nice.
That was it.
Getting pretty flexible now.
Yep.
Well, if you caught this trade and you know this was good, just hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up. Boom boom. He's just coming up to this resistance, trying to go further up. Can EJ push up to 117,450? Can EJ push?
Each pushing up hard.
Yep. Wow, the 4 hour is a mess. Look at that 4 hour on EJ.
Printing barcodes. It is ranging. It's been ranging for the last like 3 days.
Yeah.
EJ can go. You can throw that pair away for a while.
Yeah, just don't even look at this pair for a little bit.
I think if you're still in gold, I think you're in a really good position to watch it drop further.
Yeah, exactly.
It's good if people are still holding. Well done. Yeah, that 30 minutes should come down to probably 1498.75. You might have a nice. You might get that. Oh, there it
Oh.
goes. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
there.
shit.
There you go.
Well,
Well, you looked on the 5-minute, right?
I was looking at the 30-minute actually.
Okay.
well, there you go. You've achieved target.
That was quick.
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Now it's gonna rip right back up. There you go. And 1497.57 is a very, very hard support on the higher time frames. So don't expect that breaking anytime soon. So if you got your trade, you should be done now. That's it. Go home, leave the stream. Honestly, there's not going to be any more trades.
I think that's true. That's 100%.
Yep. Honestly, don't look at gold anymore. That was the play for gold right now. I mean, it's at a very, very strong support level now. So just be aware.
Somebody out there took a buy down here, Ted. Somebody out there. You know?
Are we buying gold? Are we buying gold, Rakeel?
Gold buys question mark.
I know. Jesus, yeah.
Because it's a double bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah. I mean, it can still break. Don't get me wrong. I mean, we can still break 1497, but it's a very, very strong support.
Yeah.
So just be aware that the target was achieved within, I guess, 45 minutes, and then that's it.
This was so beautiful. See, these were the two ranges we had before NFP. This is great. Oh, I even talked about this in my weekly analysis. Very nice. Gotta go take a look at that.
Yeah, like seriously, like the stream should be done right now.
The shortest stream of the year.
Exactly.
Alright, so we're gonna take requests of people who are in deep drawdowns and we're gonna try to help you out. Man, seriously, no one, if you caught gold sells, you should not go in a loss for today. You should not be ending your day with a loss if you caught gold sells.
No quiere que entre papi por aquí, ¿verdad, Mike?
Hey, mommy. How do you add the orange?
I'm sorry, that was my wife.
Oh no, it's okay, it's okay. That was a reflex action. Oh, someone said a Euro USD chart. Wait for break. Yes, wait for break. The euro is in turmoil. Oh, he's just pushing up here. But yeah, you just gotta wait for these breaks here. I don't even like looking at EJ chart. But let's talk about gold, man. This was so nice. The momentum carried forward from Friday. Big drop in London, started to range, broke below, and my God.
Yeah, if you turned around and looked at this candle here, this is your key candle, is this candle right here. That broke through sort of a support at 1503, 1502, yeah, Rakeel's got it. Then basically it's like, okay, if we don't break this resistance, then we are going down to this next target, and then your target is either this wick here, which is a rejection area, or as people say, this double bottom here. But the key is when you go to the higher time frames, there's a lot of traffic in this grade area, so that's where your safer probably result will be. So when you look at your trade, if you look at where we rejected, if you look on the higher time frames, there's major support right where we, right where we rejected. So pretty much done for the day.
Pretty much done for the day.
Yeah. And like I said, on the 30-minute candle, as soon as this candle turned bearish, like you could have had sell stops right over here, and it just punctured that whole zone. So you would have had no drawdown with this trade if you had just placed the sell stop right here. Because what you did is you waited for this candle to create the wick, and then it just drove down. And you can jump into the smaller time frames and see how it worked on the 5-minute as well.
Here's what I did, just for an outside perspective. I saw that it was coming down. This line right here is, it all couldn't break this above anymore. So I just waited till I got below this wick right here, took sell stops right here to try to get this target right here. There was no drawdown, quick and easy.
Yep, easy peasy. There will be no more opportunities today for gold. You showed up late, you don't get food. I don't want to look for opportunities when I've already made my money this morning. That makes no sense at all. It makes no sense for you to try and chase trades. The idea is, you know, the stream starts at 6:30 a.m. and you know you need to get up or you need to be around. If you're not around, that's trading. You missed the opportunity. You now wait till tomorrow, or you go chase something else. But that was the cleanest opportunity we had. And you got to get used to that. And eventually you'll get frustrated. Either two things will happen. You'll say, I don't have time for trading, I need to stop. Or B, I need to actually show up. It's the two things you have to do. We were all here at 6:30. We all caught the gold trade, and now people are showing up saying, well, now what am I going to do? That's life. We're not going to be looking for a different movement, though. Why do I want to look for different moves when the move already happened and I secured my daily profit?
The food was cooked and eaten.
Yep.
Can't eat it anymore.
That's right.
Look at this. Someone sent this chart. So nice.
This is like 80% win strategy. Yeah, it is actually.
It really is. There's no traffic, clean move, and where else will it go? It's not going to go up. It's all about the probabilities are amazing. The probabilities are just so nice. Once this finished bearish, there was a higher chance of it to moving down than for it to move up.
Because remember, it's Monday, so Monday is usually a little weird and awkward. So if you're able to get nice, easy trades on a Monday, that's very good.
I sold gold at 1508. No chance of going down further. Well, if you want to hold. Perfect. It's up to you.
And Veer, what is your plan? Why are you holding gold? You should have a plan. See, this is a perfect example of someone asking a question who does not know what they're doing. So this is what you should have said is, I sold gold from 1508, my target is 14 whatever. Do we still have the opportunity of going that way? Because now your perspective is different because you were in a trade at a higher level, so it can retrace a bit and you're still not affected, where other people who started trading now would be affected by the retracement. So this is where you have to provide your chart, your entry, your stop loss, your take profit point, and give your analysis. That's how you're going to improve. That's a perfect example of someone who is not knowing what they're doing. And when people ask me what is the right question to ask, that would be your perfect example of the right question to ask with all your information on it. It just sounded a bit weird saying there won't be anything else in gold. Well, I'm not looking for anything. Maybe there is.
Yeah, the best thing you can do is send your chart of what you think is going to happen. You send a chart with your analysis, we look at it, maybe if you're new, then you get some sort of critique on it that you can make it better, or maybe make it much more cleaner.
Yeah. If you believe there's going to be more moves with gold, show a chart and tell us what you think is going to happen, because right now I don't see anything because of where we just hit, and that's a very, very hard support in my mind. Based on how I trade, based on what I do, I don't see a trade for myself, but maybe based on how you trade and based on how you do, you will see a trade. That's all.
Why gold goes down when USD is weak? USD is weak on the big perspective, your weekly or daily. I may be wrong, but that's how I see it. Weekly and daily and monthly. But in the smaller time frames, it doesn't matter what USD is weak or strong. You just follow price action. Just wait for confirm with buys. Watch. See the mess with EJ? It came up and the candle hasn't closed. It's going to close in 40 minutes, and look what it's doing. Even 30-minute candle coming back down in that range ass area. GG as well. Range. Can't trade range, man. Can't trade range. This is all goat shit. This entire area. You need to wait for price to break above 131,900 and then think about moving up. But this is just garbage. So traded range, you have to wait for it to break. Yes, you have to wait for it to break. GJ, you need a candle closing above 131,900, because if you look at 131,900 and you measure how far the next area is, which is like what, you know, like 132,150 or even 132,200, that's like 30 pips, you know. So if you have a 30 pip range, from this 30 pip range you can easily get like 15, 20 pips, you know. So those are easy trades. Trying to trade right here, man, you have a 50-50 chance if it's going to go up or down. Just think about it just like that, you know. If you take a buy or sell here, you have a 50-50 chance. If price closes above 131,900, you take a buy, you have a higher chance for price to go up. You know, you have a higher chance. Think about that. Just like with gold, what happened, you know, when this 30-minute candle here closed below these candles, you know, I took a sell because I knew that gold has a higher chance of going down than if it going up. Because, you know, it broke support and next candle just wicked up. I took a sell and put my stop above the wick, and I'm like, perfect, man, this is gonna go down. Went down and Ted came on and Ted's like, yep, I'm in sells too. I'm like, perfect. And then it just dropped here. I closed and it wicked up. It has like, it's gonna go down more, and it just died to target. Because that was an easy trade. Look, there was no range, there was clean candles here, easy, super, Mr. Clean Easy trade. That's what it was.
That was a really easy trade.
Yeah, really easy trade. Man, I'm gonna post about this trade the whole day today. Trust me, I'm gonna go overboard with this trade. Are these streams every day? Yes, these are every day. You know what we talked about when we came on the stream? I'll tell you what we talked about. We drew this retard pattern here. So price was right here, right? And I said, okay, you know what? This seems like price is going to come down, go up, and come down. This is exactly what I drew. Look at that. EJ still ranging. You have to wait for EJ to break as well. It should break about 117,470. Look at this. This was resistance here on 4th October. There was another resistance here. This price broke above and closed back inside on the 3rd. So you need a candle closing above this area, because then you know there's a clean move that can go up. Don't worry about this candle here. This candle had no wick to the top, so there was no range. So what are your upside targets for gold buys? I have no upside targets for gold buys. My target for today was 14.97, you know, and then taking profit at 14.98. That was my target for today. If I'm looking for gold buys, I don't know, I'm maybe looking for gold buys above 15.03 to go to 15.05 or 15.06. But if you're looking at from a higher time frame perspective, this is an entire range here. This is a $12 range gold is in, you know. So for confirmation of buys, you would need to break above 15.10, because remember on NFP we're like, okay, if candle closes above 15.10, it's going to continue all the way to 15.20. So you need to close above 15.10 to go up. But since I was in sells, that was my only bias for gold, because that's what I was looking for when I woke up. How many pips do you get from gold? I got like 10, and then I closed everything. Swing trading and scalping are the same thing, you know, because like with scalping, these kind of formations happen on the higher time frames as well. The only problem is that with swing trading, you have to wait more. You have to wait a couple of 4-hour candles, which might be a day or 2 days. Let's take a look at the swing trading perspective here. Look, gold on a swing trading perspective on weekly is ranging. There's no swing trade on gold right now. Daily as well, you know, daily as well is ranging on gold. There's no swing trade right now on gold. But when you're looking at smaller time frames, you see opportunities, you know, and it's only right to grab those opportunities, because if you don't grab those opportunities, I don't know. Euro AUD buys. Well, it makes sense. Your take profit is above resistance, so you know it's going to break resistance from some magical crystal balls. Perfect. Makes sense. It's going to break resistance then. Oh, can't see this chart. I'll give a tip. The tip is how to increase your win percentage. And the simple formula is to don't put your targets above a support or a resistance. You know, no, above a resistance or a support, respectively. Just don't put your targets there. Because that chart, oh, can't see that chart now. It's right here. Because if you look at this chart here, this chart has resistance right over here, you know, and Mr. Our leads 17, he got an epiphany that price is going to break resistance and hit his take profit, which is above resistance, you know. So I mean, I don't know. Oh wait, that resistance was also formed over here, and that was support over here on the fucking daily time frame, man. Wow, you must have like a really nice crystal ball telling you it's going to break that strong resistance. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, but I couldn't help myself. Yeah, that's a strong resistance. I think your take profit should be at that resistance. Waiting for breaks. That's an amazing analysis. I love it. break above 1520, perfect. Not joking, want to trade now. Okay, you want to trade? I think your trade would be on GU above 1.23500. 1.23500. That would be your trade. On GJ, it will be above 131,900. On EJ, it's going to be about, oh, look at this fucking candle, man. It's going to be about 117,400. Oh no, actually 117,470.
He raised all the way back.
Yeah, man. Wow, look at that.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
What up, what up?
Oh, literally just chilling.
JPY appears for me all bearish, not bullish, so.
Who is this? Constantine. Yeah, I only had gold sells this morning.
Nice.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Oh, nice, Lewis. Lewis took gold sells too. Okay, what's this? AUD USD, price broke support, price is retesting, wait for bearish 30-minute candle. Perfect. This is perfect. And what you will find is if you get in the sell, once price breaks the support, it's just gonna continue collapsing till this area. So this is a very good chart analysis. It looks very simple, but it's very effective. Because look, this person has, Martin Martin has his analysis in 3 sentences. Price broke support, price is retesting, wait for bearish 30-minute candle to close that resistance. Because if you get a 30-minute candle close bearish, that means resistance has been formed. Just like on gold here. You know, look at this gold. This 30-minute candle closed bearish at resistance. This is a retest now. And you know, and then guys can say, oh hey, look, it's a double top on the 15-minute candles. Yeah, it just drops. You couldn't have gotten an easier trade than gold, man. So easy. This was support, price broke, created resistance. Good thing I was sleeping at this time during London. I think some people got sells here too. Retest, pre-New York, candle broke support, broke below all these candles, became a gladiator candle. Next one just dropped, fam. See that? 1 hour was a booby trap candle. I think I mentioned it too. 1 hour is creating booby trap candle. Because once this 1 hour candle broke the low of the previous one, it was sealed. Gold's gonna drop. It was a done deal. Damn. I think so for the first time. If I don't know, I'm not getting my what? I don't understand. Which time frames you draw support resistance level? Well, you know, like 1 hour works. I start from the 4 hour. I mean, if you look at interesting.
Does retests give you safer trades? I don't know. How much is good for first time people? Well, that's your personal preference. I think anything that you can afford to lose is a good time for your first time. I don't know what you're talking about, but I assume that it's Forex. I think you should go through the videos. I think a lot of people here that don't understand what's happening right now should be going through all the videos on the YouTube channel and then come back like maybe next week or the week after when you've watched the video so you have a context of what's been talked about. That'd be a good idea. I'd be cautious with gold sells at this point. You might have a wick fill in the 30 minutes, but it seems like a strong rejection area, so just be very careful. I wouldn't be sending anybody any email or any money who sends you an email. Those are things that you learned back like 10 years ago with email scams. But I mean, I also look at it this way: if you're dumb enough to fall for the email, you deserve to lose the money. How about that?
Oh, why would happen?
I think people are talking about some emails coming to their inbox asking for money.
Oh.
I always always say if you're dumb enough to fall for it, you deserve the punishment. Damn, Daniel, you need to show a chart. You did say you were new, so I'm taking some grace on you. You have to show a chart, and I think you should also begin with the little blurb below your YouTube screen. It says live New York session hosted at 6:30 a.m. and it says watch this before the live stream. The rules. So if you guys don't know the rules or you haven't checked the bottom of that screen, you can easily go and watch this video, and it gives you everything you need to know about coming to the stream. Because the worst thing that you can do is sit here and play catch up with everybody. So you should be going behind the scenes, catching up so that you are tuned in with the stream and you know exactly what's going on. I think the Queen does not understand that this is a Forex chat, so...
Yeah, I was just reading up on the conversation.
We're just going to put you in timeout for a bit. I don't need to have conversations about people sending emails. If you can go to the live email stream. Oh yeah, Rakeel, you have the NFP on Monday.
Oh.
Switch it to the Monday slogan. It's Monday, don't blow your account, you still have 4 more days. Oh, there is a chart coming in.
Nice chart. I think you want the 30 minutes to start closing bearish, and you want the 1 hour to start going bearish as well. Gold possible down to 1484. See, the thing wrong with that statement is that now you're expecting gold to break this hard support. That should not even be a statement unless gold breaks this. Once gold breaks it, then you can turn around and say, okay, yeah, you know what, gold's gonna go down to 1484. But if gold hasn't broken it, it just gets really hard to speculate it's gonna come down there. Because look at that, man, that's a strong support. Holy, look at that. 1496. I think I might go to gym early today. Close the stream in like an hour. What's this? GJ, 4-hour support. If resistance breaks, wait for support to be created. Perfect. Careful when price reaches here. This is awesome. Wow, this is some clean analysis. Very nice. Raja, how long did it take you to get proficient? I think proficiency and consistency came by taking 1 or 2 trades a day, focusing on at the same time every day, you know, because I took a trade this morning, 1 trade, gold sells, I won that trade. Then tomorrow I'm going to look for another trade, and hopefully I'm going to win that trade. And Wednesday I'm going to look at the same thing, and Thursday and Friday the same thing. You're going to look at the same things once or twice a day. And if I do that for the next 20 days, then I'm going to have what, like 20, 25 trades, And I know for sure that if I keep doing that, I'm gonna have more winning trades than I'm gonna have losing trades. You know, so then you turn around and say, okay, yo, maybe I'm getting proficient now because you're disciplined, you're not forcing things, you're giving a thumbs up on the stream, you're liking the stream, you know, and then you can say, okay, you know what, I'm getting better now. The stream has actually helped me. What's this? Second live streams. You guys are great. Straightforward, and well, you gotta be straightforward, right? Market is even more straightforward, man. Like if price is heading to stop loss, market's not gonna like wait for you to close or do something. Market's just gonna like, poop, got it. What's this? I see we made resistance, but price came back in range after a breakdown. We'll only take sells if support breaks. Perfect. So you're looking for a break of this. Awesome. See, different people looking for different things. That's what makes trading beautiful. Some look for buys and some look for sells. Someone probably took buys here, and when price head down, they said, oh, it's a stop hunt. The brokers are watching me, it's a stop hunt. But, you know, it just technically, logically, it made sense to go down. How to get profitable in trading? Hit thumbs up on the stream. Oh, yes, that's the first step. I was gonna take sells, but y'all said it was not a good idea. Oh, you're gonna take sells. Well, you should have taken sells. You know, I think sells made sense from the fact that the candle was bullish and candle had no wick to the top. I think the main thing is you shouldn't let anyone affect your analysis. That's like the main thing. You shouldn't let anyone affect your analysis. Man, I remember the day in the start when we had the group and guys would get super pissed off just because someone would say something and they wouldn't take the trade and trade would go in their direction. Guys would they would get mad, like, bro, it's because of you I didn't take the trade. And I was like, whoa, excuse me. Yeah, that was pretty toxic. How much should I start with in my account? You should start with an amount you are comfortable to lose. What's this? I was the one who sent the USD chart. Should I take the next 30 minutes if it closed bearish with no wick at the top? Yeah, I just see this chart here. I don't know what AUD USD is doing right now, so if it makes sense to you, perfect. Okay, Euro JPY. Stops would be above here. Looking for a candle close below this zone. Trade range. This candle is what I should be looking to fill. Perfect. So you're waiting for the daily to turn bearish. Your JPY. Yeah, I think you could have a good trade once you wait for daily to turn bearish. Might take some time. You know, so essentially then you're waiting for this support to get broken on the 4 hour. I'm swing trading gold, and my target is, as I wrote here a week ago, is 1440 area in the short term, and 1396 before we go to new high by my analysis. Well, perfect then. Money Kendo, I wish you luck in your endeavor over there, because that's a very long endeavor. It's like you're going on an adventure. Yeah, it could take some time. Pete. Oh, Nasdaq. 30-minute, 60-minute break of resistance. Look for 15-minute bearish candle at previous resistance, now support. Oh yeah, this could make sense because it's essentially it made a high over here. Now you're looking for it to create like a support. It also broke the resistance here, and then it should continue moving up. You got the NY open coming up as well, so it should be interesting. What's your opinion on ECN or standard account? I think ECN account you pay commission and you have less spread. With standard account you pay more spread. That's my opinion based on definition. Lucas Cage, can you look at my chart? Yes. Send it. Full send.
Rakeel, I think GJ could actually break this low. Considering the bearish movement that we've been seeing, I think this is just consolidating for a breakdown.
So you think it's going to break 131,600?
It's gonna. You see where you have your zone on the very bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we'll break that.
Okay. Such a nice simple day, price is ranging, nothing to trade, so peaceful, so nice. I wonder how Nasdaq is doing. Does Nasdaq move as much as the currency pairs? I think so. Like, let's say gold. Would it move as much as gold? Okay, it moves a bunch. Come on a mic, Pete. Hey!
Yeah, I like the E-minis move. They kind of move opposite of gold.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you guys were looking for gold sells. I was kind of looking for E-mini buys.
Okay, interesting.
But I look like on my platform on through my broker, its price is a little different compared to TradingView. So actually, I don't think I'll be taking that trade because there's not really a good target there based on my data through my broker.
Oh yeah, because gold broke support, and I was also looking at maybe the dollar is heading up, so that made sense for this Nasdaq to break resistance there too, which you had.
Yeah. And the spreads compared to how much it moves, the spreads are really low.
Okay.
Versus the moves it makes, so it's pretty efficient for scalping.
Yeah. Oh, someone's account got blown by gold. So sad. Okay, what's this chart? USD ZAR. Selling. Resistance held. TP. Oh, nice. Perfect. Well, the 4-hour candle is about to close, and I think you'd want the 4-hour candle to close bearish to confirm your sells.
Yeah, look, Rakeel, because like the previous 4-hour on GJ closed bearish, and now it's actually dropping.
Wow.
So this 4-hour, I think, in my opinion, is going to flip on GJ.
Yeah, it's broken under that area now. It's broken under 131,600.
Yep.
Where should I start learning fundamental trading from? There are a couple of people on Instagram. There's KenFX, there's Jeevan, Jeev.ha, I think it's right there. They both have like really good fundamental knowledge. So you can start fundamentals from there. They have really good fundamental knowledge. Does sterling have an inverse correlation with anything? No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't really look at that, you know, because I'm not going to look at a correlation. I'm not going to trade one pair based off what something else is doing. I used to do that, and the winning probability was not just there. So I just stopped. Someone sent the wrong chart. Did EJ fall too? Oh, just did a little spike down. The orange lines are buy stops or sell stops. No, that's a resistance. Orange line. This is a support, this is a resistance. The support is now getting broken. That's what that is. Can you please look at Euro SEK? Can you please look at the video in the description that has all the rules? The rules of the stream. Can't look at this chart. Wow, that 4-hour candle on GJ, oh, that'll be a deadly flip. That will be a very, very deadly flip. The 1 hour is about to close. I think it's very important to wait for the candle to close.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you. And then once it breaks that low, we're good to go to like 130 point, like 500, 600 area.
Yeah. 30-minute candle creates support. Then it should fill the wick. Yes, I think it should break above this area here as well, which you haven't lined up, but it just makes sense. But that is support on your JPY. That's correct. Okay, what's this chart here? See, I like reviewing charts. I really like it. Test of an OB. Oh, auto block. Fake out. So now it should continue up. Yeah, so I mean, it's at a very strong support here too at 1496. Do you think GU will hit 1.25 or 1.20 first? Well, I think that's a coin toss there. That's like a gambling question right there. I don't know. I don't know what's going to hit first, 1.20 or 1.25. Place your bets. Place your bets. Yep, we're playing puts and calls here today on GU. Would you put or would you call? I think this morning when we started, we had like what, maybe 400 people. 400 people in the morning. We took gold sells. It lasted for like, you know, like gold dropped 40 pips after that. But I mean, there are a couple of people coming in late. Oh, someone's short on GJ. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if the 1 hour can continue to close bearish, could make sense. And then the 30 minute has to remain bearish. You know, 30 minutes should continue bearish. The thing with sells here is if you get a close below 131,600 and you take a sell, then you want the 30 minutes to continue closing bearish. That's what I was looking at on gold here earlier. When the 30 minute candle formed, this one right here, I was looking at the 15 minute and I was looking at the 15 minute candles and I was like, okay, as long as the 15 minute candles keep closing bearish, I'm going to stay in the trade. You know, even this candle, it pumped up a little bit, but then I was like, okay, you know what? I have to wait for it to close. It closed bearish. I stayed in the trade. You know, then the new 30 minute candle started and just started to fall. You know, and I looked at the 15 minute, it was still bearish, so I stayed in the trade, and then I closed somewhere over here. You know, and this one pumped up and just dropped to target. See, GJ, you're waiting for it to close, and look what it's doing. It's going up and down, up and down. So you gotta wait for this candle to close. Ooh, EJ's pumping. EJ might continue moving. My first anticipation of EJ was that the 30 minute might come up here to fill this wick, but there was only like what 7 minutes left for that, so I was like, yeah, I don't know, maybe just too less of a time to fill that wick. But now since it's moving, it's just wow, it did create support. Looks like we are gonna have a fun day today. So you're waiting for the candle to close, and look where the candle's closing. It's closing bearish, but look where it's closing. It's closing above the support area. You know, it's closing above 131,600. So you can do two things. You can take sells and you can just pray it's going to head down because your bias is bearish and it should go down, or you can just wait for it to break above 131,900 and then take buys up to 131,150 or 132,150. There's a lot of waiting around. Price is just ranging. You just gotta wait.
Well, I think GJ might just stay in that range area.
Yeah, I mean, it's just...
Yeah. Because it looks like it retraces a lot from on the 15 minutes. And
activating prey indicator. Oh, got it. Kartik,
Hey, what's going on, man?
you coming to the gym today?
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Sure.
We're doing legs today.
Oh, man. That's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thing I waited for this GJ candle to close.
Oh, you were looking at GJ.
Yeah. I caught GJ sells earlier in London session.
Oh, nice. Okay, pure mathematics, center chart. Let's take a look here. USD CAD. Sell stop, target. Perfect. Makes sense. Yeah, this makes sense. Monday is chest day. Yes, that's what everyone does in the gym, chest. So the only things that someone is not doing are legs. So you have all the machines to yourself. Man, Kartik, I'm so happy I can do 45 plates now. Squats.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I know.
It's pretty sick.
Big improvement, man.
Big improvement, yeah. 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's the NY Open push.
Yeah, I feel like GJ broke below the support, but it's not like big enough confirmation.
Yeah, exactly. It broke above it, but it didn't close. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't close below it. Raj, I'm glad of myself because I entered gold cells, and when I turned to the stream, you were at the same trade as me. Oh, nice. Trading is 80% just waiting. It's just waiting, 80%.
It's a patience game.
Yeah, patience game.
What's the other 20%? Good morning, by the way.
Hey, good morning. The other 20% is execution.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You know, like you're executing. And what's going to happen is, like, let's say if you're going to execute it and you're going to make a mistake, you're going to make that same mistake subconsciously again. You know, and then when you're going to look at it, you're like, oh shit, I made the same mistake, and it's going to happen again. And then frustration is going to come in. And you're like, why am I making the same mistakes over and over again? You know, but the thing is, like, the candles are going to print almost the same things, but in different ways, or with different times, or it'll make you wait a little bit longer. Or like if you look at GJ now, you know, it's just in a range. So this will entice you to take dumb trades.
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a lot of falsified quote-unquote signals. And I think the problem is that most people don't necessarily, you know, make a journal and say what time does a certain candle, or certain pairs move. And, you know, just taking that into consideration. Because I think, you know, what you guys have been preaching for the longest while now is just always just make sure that when you just show up and then you'll see the same moves over and over again.
Yeah.
And then I think people to this day still don't understand it. Like when you guys were preaching it, and I actually did some back testing, it just lit up. It's almost like seeing a bunch of like barcodes, and then you see where the times were actually the biggest movements were, and they were actually the same times, like 9 o'clock, 8:30, whatever. You know, so it's just a self-fulfilling prophecy, if you want to call it that. But then again, you have the people say, hey, can you check out this without sending a chart? I always get a kick out of that because it's always fun how you get ring them.
Oh man, that's always fun. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave in like 15-20 minutes.
It's a nice Monday today.
Yeah, it was a very, very nice move.
Yeah, easy and clear.
So clean, so clean. Took sales at 1501.50 and it dropped, and I was like, wow, amazing.
Early bird gets the worm.
Yes, sir. That's why when I wake up sometimes, well, most times, I'm always excited to see what's happening in the market, because, you know, sometimes what's going to happen is like you wake up and you'll see something right away. Because I saw gold and in 10 seconds I knew this is a sell. In 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And then I looked at GJ and I wanted to just puke. I was like, oh shit, the fuck's GJ's doing? You know?
If you look on GJ now, Raja, if you look on the 15 minute, it made the low and it closed bullish, and this current 15 minute it made lower lows and lower highs. I think it will continue going bullish if this 30 minute closes bullish.
Yeah, so I think a better confirmation is going to be on the 30 minute. Ooh, he's just moving, continuing up here now. Strong bullish close. Oh, someone's out of GJ for a loss. Because I think you didn't wait for a candle to close. So there's a lesson right there. Wait for candles to close.
Yeah, I was just talking about that earlier.
If you look at GJ, you think it's doing a retest. I don't know. I think a good buy on GJ would be above 131,900. That's going to be a beautiful buy on GJ. But if you're looking for a small scalp, I think it created a high up over here at 131,800. If you have continued bullish closes on the 15 minute, then there's a chance it can retest that high. You know, but again, for great buys, hey, someone's got their mic up their nose or something. You can hear breathing. Yeah, a good buy would be about 131,900. It's kind of like this spaceship. Up over here, create support here, come up here, but then you want this to close bullish, or better yet, might wait for the 30 minute to close bullish, because on 30 minute you'll have strong confirmations, you know. Are you gonna come and do another live stream after your gym session, or we will be done for the day? Damn, Daniel. You asked some damn Daniel questions right there. No, it's gonna be done.
Yeah, more streams, Raja.
I think that's a pretty legit question. If the person's new.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's new.
Okay.
Any tips for drawing better support resistance levels? I think the biggest tip you can get is just by posting charts. Sending charts to people, posting charts. The more you post charts, the better your levels are gonna get, trust me. Because look what I do here all day. I draw my levels every day. And I draw them every day. And I just get better day after day. You know? There's no magic. You just gotta do the same thing every day. Ooh, G just moving up. No, man, there will be no streams. I mean, trading is 3 hours for me here. 2.5, 3 hours. This morning I got lucky. I got in early and then I got a trade on gold. I made profit. So my day was done right there. At this time, you know, I'm just here. I'm pretty sure someone's holding a GJ sell right now. And they're sweating. They're like, oh man, this is going up, man. Hope it goes down. But GJ and gold have no regard for human life. They just do what they think is best for everybody. But the beauty about GG and gold is like they give you a lot of moves. They give you a lot of confirmations too. Oh wow, look at that. I just watched your live stream rules and I want to ask something. Perfect. I gotta call my gym right now.
Why? What happened?
I forgot some valuables over there on Friday.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And I just remembered and I'm caught. Hey Emily, how's it going? Good, good. My name is
Hey, Rakeel, quick question about simulator and the time zones. If he's still there. No? I think he just stepped out.
Which gym? Oh, I go to LA Fitness. LA Fitness in Mississauga. Mississauga. Oh, can't see this chart. Okay, so I'm sent another chart. Okay, USD Mexican. I think you want to wait for candles to turn in your direction first, and then you can take buys. Yeah, I think that's what you should look for. Are you PST or EST? Well, the times are in EST, so it should be EST. What's this? UJ. Entry. Oh yeah, this would make sense. Entry down below this area here. 106, 780, 770. Yep, that's gonna be good. Same thing with gold here too, because if UJ can break the support, then that means gold is gonna continue moving bullish. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. Gold hold question mark. Gold hold for what? Gold hold question mark. Wow, what a question. Raja, with the New York Open gold pushed with no bottom wick formed, can we assume movement to the downside since there was no wick? I'll tell you what, the movement on gold to the downside, once you look at these candles moving to the downside, this was the trade. You know, this was the trade because this 30-minute candle broke the high of the previous 30-minute candle. So if I look at my book over here, my notebook here, it says that if the 30-minute candle breaks the high of the previous 30-minute candle, that means it's no longer in a smooth downtrend. Makes sense? It broke the high, so to me that's not a sell anymore. And I'm gonna put away my book. This is my rule book. I take this out, I look at the rules, and if the candles they fit the rules, I take the trade. Don't fit the rule, I don't take the trade. And sometimes, hey, listen, when I don't take the trade, it goes where I thought it would anyway, you know, so then I miss the trade, but that's okay. Because I want to take a trade where I know I can win 100% of the time.
Laws of Forex.
Yeah. Oh, I guess GG is going to continue moving here. Ooh, someone made money on Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite is dying now. That was the boom there, like fidget spinners. Now it's too saturated.
Yeah.
Stupid Fortnite, it took over PUBG, man. PUBG, when it came out, it was so famous, and then Fortnite came on, and all these kids like cartoons started playing Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like League of Legends and Dota, kind of the same.
Yeah, League of Legends and Dota. There was always a rivalry there. I am beginner. Last month I got $8,000, but I lost it all thing because I don't have risk management. It is my car money. Now I have $200. It is so sad for me. Yeah, I know, it's so sad. You just gotta stick to your $600 to $8,000. I am full lucky, I think. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't have. That's called money management. I think it's more so called being financial literate. Like, you know, when you don't have money, you get a lot of money, you go crazy, and then you lose it. But when you have a lot of money and you lose that money, and when you get it back, you're more financially literate because you know how to use it. And I think the big mistake people make is that they will lose way more money than they would be afraid to invest in like some sort of like mentoring or education or some sort of like learning process. And these streams are awesome in that way because they can like really catapult your, what's it called, your experience. As you navigate the Forex market, you're gathering experience. You know, like in World of Warcraft, like you go and you farm, you gain experience, and you fight big bosses.
Oh yeah, raids.
Yeah. So this is what it is. Market is ranging. You're sitting, you're watching candles form, you're anticipating, and candle goes where you want it to go, and now you've caught some experience.
It's like entering the dungeon every day.
Yeah, and then at the end of the month, you at the start of every month, you meet the boss, which is NFP. The boss, then you're faced with the boss. So now you have to make a decision whether you want to fight that boss with your experience or you want to go back and farm for more experience. This may sound stupid, but where will it show your open trades on the software? Well, Samuel Hassel, I have no open trades. I had an open trade on gold. It was displayed here for everybody to see where I entered and when I closed. But since now, I have no open trades. I am what they call chillin', fam. Alright, I'm gonna go get some coffee. Oh, it's 8:30.
For a second there, I don't know if the stream was still going. It's actually...
Yeah, everyone's so quiet today.
Oh, man.
I think you went to go get coffee.
Hold on. Let's see what these pairs say. Yeah, there's nothing today. I mean, majority of the moves already happened. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it a day two. Well, last night I had GJ sells at Asian, then I had GJ sells today, and then I had EJ buys, so I'm good.
Nice. I think someone's asking you in the chat how those cells went for you on GG.
Which one's in Asian or in New York?
No idea. Just some guy in the chat. I think it was Joe. New York.
Well, I mean, I profited for 10 pips, so my thought process was this, that like 30 minutes created resistance. You see how we had that bullish run, and then next 30 created that resistance with that big bearish candle. So I entered on, let's see, I entered like last hour, like at 7:35. That's my time.
Yeah.
So you just see how that big bearish candle closed. On the 5 minute, it closed bearish, so I entered there, and it would stop loss above the previous 5 minute candle, and then it just dropped 10 and I closed. So, and that's because the reason why I took is because the 30 minute closed bearish, which created resistance, and the body of the candle. To confirm.
Nice. Yeah.
So, but I mean, if you're looking at a different perspective, then all price was doing was just correcting its bullish move that it's made in pre-New York. So if you look on the 15-minute, it was just going to that 500 area, you know, to like tap that consolidation area and now rip back up. Now, I don't know. I think it might just consolidate until like London closes and we might see like some other move, but
yeah,
that's about it. Yeah, overall, my bias on GG is bearish, but like, you gotta think about it. It is Mondays, so we won't have that big push down. Because if you look at the daily, we opened at like a support area, so we broke like the previous daily support, retesting, and it'll consolidate, and maybe in London session tonight or New York tomorrow, we'll start making our way down to like 130 point, like 500, 600 area, which is that daily level of retest that price needs to do. So we'll see. I mean, if price sets up, if it's still like making lower highs and it's still consolidating, then it's just gonna drop. But I just wait for the break at the bottom level and then wait for the retest, and that's it.
Also with Brexit, they're giving Johnson till Friday to come out with a new plan, and if not, it's gonna be like a no deal Brexit. So it could be preparing for a big drop as well.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to look into that too, because I don't know, just be wary when you're trading GJ.
Till Friday.
Yeah, I think that's what he said. Yeah, I'm gonna look more into it because I didn't hear about that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
If you go to Forex Factory, like next to the little calendar tab, there's like a little news tab. If you click there, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see like a little report about it. That's where I first saw it.
Okay. Thanks, Alex.
No problem.
Oh yeah, I see it now. EU Brexit deal decision at the end of the week.
Yes, the streams are every day. Nothing changes.
Oh, Ted, you're still here.
Yeah, I was just on some calls with some banks.
Nice.
Yep, Monday calls, start the week. Gold still until 1496. I don't think you should be trying to sell gold at this point till 1496. The issue you come across, and this is something that we talk about all the time, is if you decide to sell gold right now or at any time, where are you placing your stop loss? And does your risk to reward make sense? That's the problem. People don't plan out a trade properly, and they don't look at their risk to reward. They just say, oh, it's going to this level. Even if gold does go to 1496, how would you map out a trade for yourself to be profitable? and don't look at profitability in this one trade, but look at the profitability of this trade over 100 trades. Okay, and this is how you have to do analysis with your trading. Is every time you look to take a trade, ask yourself, if I was to take this trade 100 times over, would I be profitable? And if the answer is no, or I don't know, or I'm unsure, then there is no trade. You have to get used to doing that, because the trades that you do win are as clear as day. They don't have any hesitation. You knew exactly what was going to happen. You have to get in that mentality that every single time that you take a trade, you must have the same feeling that you did taking your last winning trade. And if you don't have that feeling, or there's even the slightest hesitation, even a second of hesitation, it's not a possible trade for you. You have to get used to that. And it sucks in the beginning when you start trading, when you start learning how to trade, because of the fact that you may not find many opportunities. But as you get clearer with your rules and as you define the opportunities, you will start to see more and more options available for you to trade. And that's how you will grow your account. You don't grow your account by trading more. You grow your account by taking the best opportunities. Okay? So you have to learn the difference. Learn the difference between taking the best opportunities compared to taking trades. Because you can take 4 trades this week and they can be 4 positive trades, and that will beat somebody who's taken 10 or 12 trades. Because if they've taken 10 or 12 trades, maybe they've lost 4 or 5 trades. You have to understand that. You have to get used to this. You also have to get used to the fact that if you want to trade a certain session, you have to be here for the whole session. You can't show up, 2 hours late or 3 hours late or waiting for something else. You can't do that. You're going to hinder yourself, because this morning gold trades were from here. Gold trades were from here. How can you trade any of this right now in gold? How is this a trade? This was your trade, and then this candle to here was your trade. Do you see the difference? Do you see how clean the opportunity was compared to what's happened now in the last hour and a half? So if you turned around and you look right now, this is what you should have caught. You could have caught this nice clean move here. That's a nice clean move. Now look at what happens when you look at the next hour and a half. What does the next hour and a half look like? Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference in the way the candles have moved versus now where you look at the current last hour and a half? This is where you have to get used to understanding that this is not a trade, but when we use our box indicators, right? If you use your box indicators, this is how you would use your box indicators. So if we use our box indicators, this is not a trade. This is the trade. This is not a trade. Okay? So this is what you have to do. When you map out your trades and you backtest, this is what you have to look for. You have to say to yourself at this point when you're trading, this is the trades that I'm looking for, and this isn't the trades that I'm looking for. This X. Oh, okay, maybe I'll draw it a little bit better. We'll do this. This isn't what I'm looking for, and this isn't what I'm looking for. Okay? So that's how you should be able to map out a trade. Okay? If you draw a box around the candles that you're looking for right now, and if they are going sideways, then there is no trade. If they're going down, then there's a possibility of a trade. And then what you must do is you must say to yourself, looking left, where do I believe there is a target? Target, target, right? Now that you know that, and you see that the target's been hit, you turn around and you map out your zone. And you say that this here is my zone. We tapped into that zone. I have to break that zone before the opportunity presents itself. And how do we know if the box is ending? You look to the left, right? If we turn around and we do this and we look and say this was the trade, how do we know the box was ending? We turn around very carefully and we look to the left and we see that there's rejection there, right? So we know that that's a probable point that the box is ending. There are no indicators. There is nothing to help you with that other than the box. You draw boxes. That's the only thing you have in your tool chest is boxes. That's it. Boxes. Boxes and arrows. That's all you're using. Boxes and arrows. And now what you can see is range, because none of those candles are breaking, right? So now what you can do is, if you want, you can get very specific and you can draw your box like this. You can draw your box like this and say, if this box breaks down, then we're going to here. If this box breaks up, we're going back up to here. That is all you're doing every single day. People want to complain about it. They want to say that this is simple, that this doesn't mean anything, that this doesn't work. Well, you go try all your other methods and then you come back and look at this. It comes down to risk management. It comes down to understanding where your targets are, and it comes down to mapping out your opportunity. Ironman Trading here is here. He's a good trader. He trades long term. So he will turn around and say, Ted, you're wrong. And I will say, okay. And he will give an explanation because he trades the longer term trends. So that is how you can have two different people trade two different styles and both be correct. And that's the beauty of trading, is once you identify your targets, you have the opportunity to discuss your targets and make sense with what you're trying to do, and discuss that with other traders who may have different targets, different opinions, but it doesn't mean that you're wrong. And it doesn't mean that one trader is better than the other. It means that there's opportunity to learn and enhance your ability to read the charts. That is the key in trading. And if you are open to opportunity and you are open to learning from others without judgment, you will excel in this area of trading. The only time I get mad at another trader is when they start saying someone is a bad name. If they are calling them stupid or dumb, that's where I get upset. I get upset when people don't want to have constructive conversations. I get upset when people try and prove their point and say the other person's wrong. There's no right or wrong way to trade. There's only differing of opinions, and you have to, as a trader, understand everybody's opinion. And that's how you learn how to be a better trader. You don't have to listen to everybody, and if you don't agree with someone's opinion, you just say you don't agree and you move on. Very, very simple. You don't have to sit and debate who's right or who's wrong. It doesn't matter. You just say, I disagree, and you move on to the next one. That's it. But you can learn something from other traders, and that's the most important thing.
All right, so Ted, to expand on that whole box trading thing that you just mentioned, would it be necessary to go into the smaller time frame to, I guess, pick your entry? Well, not pick your entry, but like just to look at your entry.
Well, yeah. So I mean, here's the thing, right? So if you look at it, it all comes down to your range. Once again, this is your range, right? So if you're turning around saying that this is my target, right? So if we turn around and we say that this area here is my target, at any given point, once we hit that target, we can pull back, right? We've seen that happen before. It might just pull back and then bounce up.
Absolutely.
So knowing that, you have to say to yourself, okay, if I'm going for that target, I have to then map out my range. And my range is the difference between essentially my support and my resistance, right? So here, Rakeel mapped out a very good range. He mapped out 1502, 1503 to basically 1496, 1497. So knowing that, we can do the simple math, right? So you say you've got 70 pips, I guess, in this range. Is that right? Is that what he's done? Yeah, about 70 pips in that range. So now you have to say to yourself, okay, if I'm going to map out 70 pips, what's going to be my risk to reward? And does my risk to reward make sense? Because at this point, you know, if you looked at this wick fill, you could say at that point, your target would be what? I think about 20 pips. So now you have a 20 pip range till you hit the bottom of this target. If you know that, now you have to turn around and say, okay, this is my range of 20 pips. Where is my stop loss going to be? Well, you can see here, based on the current wicks, that the stop loss is probably going to have to be above this area here, right? So knowing that, now you turn around and say, okay, my stop loss is up over here. Does this stop loss, is this stop loss here bigger than my, or smaller than my take profit point, right? And more importantly, this is the most important thing that people don't listen to and don't look at, is just because this risk here is 10 pips, right? Whatever, as an example, and this risk here is 20 pips, doesn't mean that there is a valid trade. Because you have to understand something. This range that you've created for 20 pips is your thoughts. It's not the institution's thoughts. It's not what the market's thinking. So when you do this, if you're wrong and the range was only, say, 5 pips or even only 10 pips, you've screwed yourself. And you say, well, Ted, how can I have predicted it was only going to be 5 or 10 pips? You can't predict that. That's the problem. You can't predict that. So what you have to say is that maybe at this point here, the trade that you're looking at to go down to this target using this candle is not a safe trade. Like, the candle's moving down right now because institutions are moving it. That's fine. But you as a trader, does it make sense for you to take that trade so close to the bottom of this target area? Like, does it make sense? You can see what's happening right now. It's struggling and it's hitting that bottom area and pulling back right away. So you have to look that sometimes when you're trading, just because you have the opportunity doesn't mean it's a good opportunity. Like you can see here as an example, if we map this out, maybe over here is not a good opportunity. Maybe over here is not a good opportunity. This might be your opportunity, this area over here. So now what you have to do is you have to wait essentially for this area to break here. And we're going down to this target over here. So now when you map out your opportunity is only between here and here, and trying to get an opportunity where you're trying to enter a trade over here is not enough, because we've now already turned around and gone to the majority of this space, right? So if we turn around and map out this 70 pips, if we turn around and say, okay, this is, 20%, this is 60% right over here, this is 60% of the opportunity, and then this is essentially over here 20% of the opportunity. So now when you look at your risks, right, and if we map this out, you can say here, I'm risking a high percentage because I don't know if we're going to bounce back up, but it's 20% of the opportunity out of the 70 pips. When I come down here, I'm in the same position as I am in the upper region because I don't know where we're coming to an end. But when we look at the 60% area, we know that if we're trending down, there's a good possibility we're going to go down the majority of time. So when you turn around and you look at this, that's how you have to map out your opportunity. Yes, definitely. You can take a trade at the 20% opportunities, But remember, when we're beginning a trend or we're ending a trend, we're unsure of where those beginnings and where those endings are. So when you look at trying to figure these ideas out, you should be in the middle of the opportunity, knowing that, hey, the majority of times, we're going to have a nice simple trade with a candle that breaks down, another candle that breaks down, and then you're basically done because this candle, the second candle, hit your target at that point. Do we know how it's going to do that? No. So what do we have to do? We have to drop onto the smaller time frames and map out ideas on the smaller time frames to fit them into the larger time frames, where the larger time frame support and resistance are stronger and they're not likely to break as easy as the smaller time frames. And then how do you break that down even further? You look at where you are in the session, you look at what's happened, and you do the same thing over and over again. And that will give you your opportunity, and you will always come out with the best ideas because you understand what's happening at that point.
Understood.
Yeah. So it's just figuring that out and moving forward. Yeah. See, like people are saying here is if I'm trading, I have sell stops at 14.95. Yeah, that makes sense because the idea is once you break through this level, we may be going further down. And Iron Man added some great information. You don't have to be at charts all the time to make money. That is correct. Very, very true.
Is Iron Man part of the Forex family or market liquidity, or is he just like a regular?
No, he's got his own channel. He comes out here to help. He's one of those traders that actually enjoys trading and just likes talking.
Cool.
So it's good.
Yeah. Good to have people like that, honestly.
Someone sent me a message on Instagram. Hey, this is my first time trying to catch a live stream. Where do you host it? I'll say I don't. No, not gonna tell you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know how someone can't do simple analysis. I mean, you go to my profile, it says YouTube, Wix Don't Lie, live, 6:30 a.m. Eastern. I think it should.
Just tell them about your super secret website, and then just put in Wix Don't Lie, and then they'll probably take it from there. And then they'll probably come back and still ask you questions.
Oh,
okay, so I googled it, and where do I go now?
Oh yeah, you type in Wix Don't Lie live stream, it comes out right there. Awesome.
So which link do I hit?
That is harsh, but a great mentor. Well, the reality is the world's a lot harsher than I am, so I think you guys will be fine. I can't believe some people think I'm harsh. I would never think that.
I don't think so. I think you just, just give it just the raw explanation. I think some people just can't take the, I guess, the quote-unquote tone of it. Yeah. Which I think is ridiculous. It's so, I mean, I get the passion behind what you say and how passionate about your trading, and that's what I see. I don't see an angry dude talking about, oh, it tastes so mean. And seriously, come on, like, frick.
Well, no, it's interesting because when I hear people say that, like, I'm angry or harsh, it's like, I don't know. I think it's just more the fact that people have been led to believe that they should, everything in life is fair.
No, it's not. It's not. It is not. Yeah. Anybody that tells you otherwise is lying to your face. I think everybody has their trials and tribulations in life, and then to think that, oh, everybody's supposed to be nice and, fairies and dandelions.
It's interesting though. I would never be upset with somebody if they were speaking to me, no matter what tone they used. The only time that I would be upset is if they tried to insult my family or they tried to hurt me physically. I think that's the only time I ever get upset. Like, other than that, it's just, it wouldn't bother me.
It's just crossing the line, really.
Yeah, that's the only time. Like, if someone was to sit here and tell me, like when I go to the gym and I work out with people, and they're telling me to lift, like, I'm not mad at them because they're getting on my case to lift or telling me I'm lazy. It's like, I want that because sometimes you need someone else to kick your ass to get you moving. Like, it just happens in life. Like, it's the same thing if you're in like a bad relationship, or you have, you're in a bad experience. Sometimes you need someone with outside perspective just to tell you the truth and just be like, hey, you need to stop what you're doing and just, change things. I think a lot of people haven't experienced that. And I mean, most people here are young, or maybe they live sheltered lives. It's just, man, the world is a scary and a harsh place. And if you can come here every morning and just have someone try and give you like straight goods, no matter how they give it to you, you just sort of block out what you feel is harsh. I mean, I don't know, maybe changed my voice on the computer to a woman's voice or something like that, if that makes you feel better. And, you just turn around and just work. Like, this is a job. And I don't think people take it like a job. And that's where I think a lot of people don't have life experience, where they've never worked in a job. Man, you go sit in a meeting and you deal with people, you're just going to get trashed all day. And they'll insult you to your face because they don't care. They want to keep their job and they want you to lose your job. It's scary. Go work in a corporate setting, and people will stab you in the back all the time. And you will turn around and you will cry. You'll go home crying. My coworkers, when I used to work with them, they used to come to me and they'd almost be in tears because so-and-so backstabbed them. So-and-so took their idea for their project. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to lose my job now because I have nothing to put on my half-year review. And they just took that, and the thing is, the boss doesn't listen to me because that other boss has more seniority, or this boss doesn't care about me. Do you know how many times I used to hear those complaints? And it's just like, man, you're stuck. Like, I remember all the times I used to get chewed out by people, and I used to have to take it because you can't turn around and call someone a fucking idiot at work, because you're gonna get reprimanded by HR. But people that were smart and people that were that were very conniving and very scheming, they would say things to you, and they would say things in front of other people so that other people heard, so that they would start to develop thoughts and ideas about your work and your work ethic, and then it would get passed to other people. Man, trust me, you go work in corporate, and you'll see how bad life is. If you want to go see a bad experience, you think coming to a live stream where there's some jackoff from Canada talking to you and you're getting upset about that, man, go to corporate. Go work in an office job just for one day. Or actually not one day, maybe work there for a year, and you'll see how evil those places are. Because everybody's trying to get ahead, everybody's trying to protect their ass, everybody's trying to save their job, everybody's trying to make $1 to pay off their debts, to pay their mortgages. They don't care about you at all. And they lie right to your face. It's so funny. Like, I used to listen to my bosses. I had one boss who left the organization, and he said, guys, you're in such good hands. He's like, I have to leave so that I can allow other people to grow. And I'm sitting there going, is this guy for real? This guy's leaving a cushy job so that everyone else can grow? And you know what? 2 months later, like 6 other people were canned. He got out just before everybody started getting canned. It was the funniest shit in the world. And people were like, how did he know? I'm like, he's a senior executive. He saw this shit coming like 6 months ago. But people are naive. People don't look at that. People think that executives make decisions like today, oh, we're going to fire someone tomorrow. That was already done 6 months ago. The plan is just being enacted right now. And it's like when you go work in corporate, you'll see how evil people are. No matter how good your idea is, if they don't like you, you don't get anywhere. And then you're going to sit at that desk job for the rest of your life going, how come no one likes me? And it's all because that one boss just didn't like the way you cut your hair, didn't like the fact that you brought your food into work instead of going out for lunch, didn't like the fact that you drove a nice car and they didn't. Trust me, it's you haven't seen nothing yet. Go work at a job where it's a toxic environment and people don't care about each other. They just care about getting a paycheck. You want to see fun? You'll see fun. And then you'll look back and you'd be like, man, Ted was so nice to us. He was helping us, and he didn't take anything from us. These people are taking my fucking life away from me. And trust me, go work in corporate. Just go work there for a year. Everyone should go get a corporate job. Go work there for a year. In a call center. Yeah, in a call center, in anywhere where you have a boss that basically you have to report to every day. And you know what? You'll realize how evil it is. And you know what? You go to these department meetings, and you go to the department meetings, and you know what? The boss gets up there. Guys, you know, if you want to make change, just come email me. You can reach out to me. Come sit down at my office and tell me what you want changed. You know what that conversation's about? Hey, we don't want you to make change, but hey, if you come to my office and sit down and talk to me about change, I got you on my hit list because now you're creating disruption in the environment, so I can get rid of you now. It's true. So take a look.
Yeah, I know this guy who was working at a bank, and his promotion to corporate was on hold for 4 years just because his manager, he didn't like him.
Yeah.
And he won't give a good reference. And he told him too, hey, are you not moving up? Because of me. And he stayed there for the next 4 years until the manager got transferred, and then he moved up.
Yep.
Like, wow.
There was time my first year working, I did not get promoted in my first year. Everybody else got promoted in their first year because I was told I was asking too many questions, and I was trying to promote change in the environment. As soon as I stopped asking questions, and as soon as I stopped trying to make change and just went with everybody else, I got promoted twice in 6 months.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, just saying, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, no, literally, you want to go, if you want to succeed in corporate, say yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. That's all you have to do. Just say yes, sir, right away, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir. And agree with everybody. Be a cheerleader. When someone does a great job, you know, you really cheer for them and make them feel good. Trust me, you'll get so far in corporate. Man, the further up you can get someone up someone else's ass, the farther you go in corporate.
The deeper you're in the rectum, the further you're gonna go.
Yeah, seriously. If you're good at anal cavity searches, man, you're gonna be promoted to vice president.
Wow.
It's true, but you know what? They turn around, and if you listen to these guys speak, these CEOs and these vice presidents and presidents of companies, they act so nice, and they're like, "Oh, you can come talk to me anytime." It's total bullshit, but people eat it up. They eat it up, and it's just they eat it up so much where they're just like, "Oh, my boss is so great." It's like, no, he's not. He's not. He's saying that because he's keeping his job. Like, you have to understand that, and it's true. Like, I mean, yeah, if you're graduating university and you're going to corporate, first thing you do, you get there, you ask, "What can I do to help you?" That's all you have to keep saying to everybody. What can I do to help? What can I do to help? You know? It just turn around and say that. Just walk around. Always walk around with a piece of paper in your hand or a notebook with a pen so you look busy. Just constantly ask, "What can I do to help you?" Say, "That's a great idea." Never make any suggestions. Always agree with the next person. That's it. Yeah. It's true. Yeah, don't ever say okay or yes. And anytime, this is the biggest mistake I made in corporate. I got in trouble for this all the time. Is whenever there was a project, I did not look like I was panicking about it. Like, it didn't look like it was bothering me enough, that I wasn't engaged enough. Even though I did the project on time and I was very good, because I wasn't panicking about it or I didn't show emotion to it, I was told I wasn't engaged. So always make sure when you do a project, any little thing you get really emotional about. Like if you're stressed about something, show your stress. If you're unhappy, show it. Don't be stoic, because if you're stoic, they think that you're not engaged and that you don't care. You have to show that you care all the time. That's very important. Yeah, I got in trouble.
That's fucking ridiculous.
You should see my. I should read some of my year-end reviews. I think I have some of them. It's like Ted is a very diligent worker, but sometimes does not seem to be engaged in the process. And it was just like, well, no, I'm engaged. It's just fuck. If it's due Friday, and we can't meet the deadline, Like, what am I gonna do? Cry? Like, we can't meet the deadline. Like, there's nothing we can do about it. Like,
wow.
You know. And
it was how to think. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're telling you how to think. Honestly.
I got in trouble one time because we sent something via FedEx and it didn't arrive to its destination because the truck was late, and people were panicking. And I said, well, why are we panicking? Well, it's going to be late. I said, I know, but we can't do anything about it because we're not driving the FedEx truck. We don't even know where the FedEx truck is. So why are we worried about this? Let's worry about other things. Oh, no, we need to worry about this. And I got in trouble for saying that. They're like, you don't care. I'm like, but how can I care about a FedEx truck that I don't even know? Like, that's like me turning around saying, man, that guy's getting soaking wet right now somewhere in the world. I don't know where he is. It's raining somewhere. I gotta send an umbrella to someone I don't know. Like, you can't do that. It's true. I got in trouble so many times. Oh, why aren't you engaged in this project? I'm like, well, it's due tomorrow and I'm done. Okay, so did you double check it? I'm like, why am I double checking something? I'm done. The project's done. Yeah, that's it.
You know, this sounds exactly like the horror stories I hear about, like kind of going off topic, but like the Japanese, how the salarymen. It mirrors exactly what you're just talking about. And it's just like, why would I ever want to work in a corporate world? I'm sorry. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I'm telling you, the problem is, and this is the issue in corporate, and I've said this, and this is why, like, I'm so happy I'm not there anymore. But when you work in a corporate world, you're trapped because, and some people want to be trapped. Don't get me wrong; it's not a bad place. It's very, very safe and it's very secure. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks. You go in at 9 o'clock. You leave at 5 o'clock. You know, you do your job. Like, there's benefits to that. But the problem is, when you're a free thinker or you actually care, that caring gets sucked out of you. Like, imagine most people here, I think on this stream, there's 700 people, 650 people on this stream. If you were given the opportunity to make your job at work better, you would, because that's the type of person you are. Everybody always wants to strive to do better. Nobody wakes up in the morning and be like, I'm just going to suck ass today. Everybody just wants to try and do better. But what ends up happening is you get beaten up so much at your job because you're just trying to do better, because you see things a little bit differently, that you lose all motivation. So all you do is you just come in and do the bare minimum. And that's what happens. And that's why people end up not liking their jobs, because the people that they work with are not good, effective communicators. They create rules that have been long-standing for 15 or 20 years, but they don't realize that things change and things adapt, and maybe there's a new time to revisit those rules. But people are scared that if they lose their job, they're not going to be able to pay their mortgage, so they don't want to contest those rules. They don't want to be upset. Like, when I was working in corporate, it was great because I didn't care about my job. I used to contest everything. I'd be like, that's stupid. We shouldn't be doing that. And people would look at me like, oh my God, he said it was stupid. But it was a stupid idea. I'm like, we have 5 days to put this project together. There's no way we can do this in 5 days. It's impossible. And people are like, well, it has to be done. I'm like, it can't be. I'm telling you right now, it can't be done. It's impossible. No one's working 24 hours a day to do this. Oh. And then it would be delayed, and then it'd be late, and then there'd be another delay. Then they cancel the project, and I'd look back and be like, told you so. You know, that's the thing is, you know what? Like, you have to basically decide, and this is what I told all my friends that work in corporate, is if you're going to work in corporate, you have to decide that corporate is just adult daycare, or any job that you're doing is adult daycare. You go there for a certain period of time, leave all your emotions out of it, and then come home and live your life. Don't get emotional at work. Don't care what someone says about something at work, because everybody that's at that job, chances are, is either in the same position or a worse position than you are. Because people who are in a worse position than you work from 7 in the morning till 9 at night because all they have is their career. They have no hobbies, they have no family, they have no friends. All they care about is their job. People that have it, people that have it better than you have focuses outside their job, are trying to do things that are better, trying to make something themselves. So all you have to do, this is my biggest thing, is go to use your job as a stepping stone to get to where you really want to be. Just do that. You will live such a good, fulfilled life because you will go to your office or your labor job or wherever you're working, and you will just put in the time like a jail sentence. You'll put in the time knowing that, hey, if I just show up here every day and I do what's asked of me, I'm going to be okay because I have other things outside of my job after I finish that are going to get me somewhere else. That is what you have to do, and that is what you're always aiming for when you go do your job, is you turn around and you go do your job to pay your bills, to get to where you need to be so that you're secure, and constantly be thinking after work, what can I do to better myself so that I don't have to be here anymore? Don't make waves at work. Don't insult people. Just do your thing. As shitty as it is, you just do what you need to do. And then when you rise above, that's when you can start taking people out and be like, you're dumb, you're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But don't do that while you're at your job. Just do your job knowing that there's bigger things lying ahead of you. And that's why I tell people who work 9 to 5, just do bigger things, that bigger things are coming for you. And just do that all the time. Sanan is having a good time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the best advice I can give to someone who is in their 20s and you don't want to go work corporate. Work corporate. Just go work corporate, work a labor job, work whatever job you have to do, but understand that that job is not going to be your defining moment. You're meant for something greater, and constantly outside of your job, work on that greater activity. You will feel so much better about yourself. It's when you work in a job and you have nothing else going for you, you become scared, you become upset, you become emotional because this is it. And you never want your life to be this is it. You always want something better for yourself. So use your job as a stepping stone. It doesn't mean, insult employees, try and take shortcuts. Do your job the best you can, knowing that there's something outside of that office or that, that digging ditches or working construction, whatever you're doing, there's going to be something better for you. And keep that in the back of your mind, and you'll be surprised how far you will go, because corporate or whatever job you're doing will just be that stepping stone that every 2 weeks you get a paycheck to follow your dream. That's basically it. And just do that, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself. Because when you feel that it's not going to work well, it's just you try and you're gonna get scared and upset. Don't do that. Just be doing what you're doing. Okay, so if you want to talk about trading, we need a chart. USD news in 4 hours. the banks be anticipating dovish outcome. Okay, so first of all, what's the news in 4 hours? That's just a speech. So that's not necessarily news. That might be just discussions. So we don't know what the outcome will be of that. He's at a screening of a premiere film called Marnier Eccles' Father the Modern Federal Reserve in Salt Lake City. I'm pretty sure he's not going to talk too much about the government at that point. I think it's just a noted news because he's making a speech, but if you read the item, it doesn't seem like anything. Would you sell gold if 1496 breaks? Well, I think the question becomes down to is if 1496 breaks, where is your target, and is there enough room for that target? So that's the first thing. So what you have to look at is you have to say to yourself, if we are indeed breaking on this 30-minute candle, where are we expected to go, and does it make sense right now? So that's something that you have to look into, and you have to say, okay, if I'm going to look at, seeing this break, you can see right now there's a lot of traffic around 1497, 1496. So it might be hard to break, but if it does break, I think you're looking to take potential sells maybe at 1493, 1494, and there might be a clear path down to 1486 on the higher time frames. But then you have to ask yourself, would that happen all today or this week even, with the basis that there's news coming with regards to the tariff talks on, I believe it's October 10th or something like that. So you have to understand how the story is going to play out this week, knowing that if we look through and we say, okay, there's going to be discussions maybe this week about tariffs. The US dollar may not move very comfortably this week until there is news about those tariffs. So what you may find is the US dollar may range this week, and then as soon as there's news about the tariffs, that's when we'll see the move. So be very, 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 very cautious with the US dollar this week. Just that's all I can tell you. Don't look to try and trade this until there's information released about the US-China trade talk. That's the best way to think of things. Uncle Ted, if you see a good setup after the session ends, would you take the trade? No, because if the session ends, I'm not looking at charts. When trading the news, which time frame is better? Because small times like 5 minutes confuse me. Well, therefore, then that's your perfect answer. Then 5 minute time frame isn't a time frame for you to be trading the news.
Hey Ted.
Yes.
I don't have a chart, man. I'm driving Uber right now, but I'm listening to the stream.
Yeah.
So if you look at gold, the 15-minute candle at 5:30 compared to the 15-minute candles to the left, it looks like, that pushed down pretty hard.
Yep.
And then it went up to retest. It was 1488, I think it's 0.6.
Mm-hmm.
So once you saw that 5:30 15-minute candle, would you look for it to maybe do a smaller retest on a smaller time frame and then continue to push?
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the idea, right? Is once you start to look at you when you go from top down, eventually you could drop into the 5 minute time frames, and you could be like, hey, we're respecting this resistance level, and we could potentially drop further down. Right. Okay. So it's like if you're looking at the 15-minute time frame right now, or even the 30-minute time frame, you can see what Rakeel has on his charts. You can see that this area here is a very strong support. We can see how we're bouncing off of it because of this area here. So I think it was Constantine that basically said, hey, I'll probably look to take sells below here. But then what you have to think to yourself, this is the tough part, is in this area here, where do I place my stop? Like, do I then place my stop up at this level here? Or maybe do I place it over here? Because I don't know if we're just going to turn around and we're gonna, we're gonna come down over here and then we're gonna go up and then go further down again, right? We don't know if that's gonna happen. So maybe I have to place my stop over here, and then I have to measure out my stop loss, and then I have to measure out my take profit. And looking left, I have to say, does this trade make sense at that point?
Okay.
Yeah. Looking at EJ. Okay, so EJ right now has been ranging for the longest time. If you look at EJ on the higher time frames, we have not broken out of 117.530 and 117.035. So until we break out of there, there's no trading EJ. That's the first thing. Do you think GJ will range because of the uncertainty regarding Brexit? Yes. That is very, very good. You have figured that out. It will range as well. So this week may be a very tough week to trade because of the fact that there's a lot of major political and economic news events that are coming out, and the market does not know how to react. So this is what you have to understand. Who's moving the charts right now? Do you know who is moving the charts? It's the institutions, it's the hedge funds, it's large players. They're not going to move the market until they have an understanding of what impact all this heavy economic and political news is going to be. So you as a retail trader have to sit and wait for them to react, and then you react. You have to do that. Please, 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 you have to do that. Do not react to the markets until the institutions have reacted to the markets. It just makes so much more sense when they create the direction and we just follow. That's all. Okay? You have to do that. Get one thing inside your head. If you see that there's going to be a major news event coming up this week and you look at the charts and they're all just sort of ranging, you have to understand that there's no trade for you. And you have to sit and wait. Even if you have to wait for 4 days, you'll still get there. Okay? Let the market set up.
Yeah, I guess this is also the end of the road over here. So we're gonna head off. Everyone. See, GJ just ranged the whole day. Nothing. EJ broke up suddenly. Gold was the trade of the day. Gold sells. Alright, take care, Ted.
Take care. We'll talk tomorrow.
Yes, sir.